Alrighty, Fatty History here from Pack a Punch Traders. I just want to go over my week, go over how much we made, any lessons, what generally is working. This week, percentage-wise, I did not do as good as last week, but money-wise, it was, I think, like $100 less, maybe less than that. 1 second, let me figure this out. Yeah, so I make right about the same amount each week. Yesterday or last week I was more accurate. I was 5 for 7, much more picky, definitely. We'll go over my trades and some of those lessons, but really, I think I got a little carried away towards the end of the week. The whole week has kind of been slow. Thursday and Friday seemed like there was some momentum, and Thursday just was not great for me here. Over traded, so that kind of set me back on my goals for the week. Wasn't able to make up for it on Friday when I had the opportunity to. So just gonna take it and just keep moving forward. So it's all good. Let's see. We'll start off with the play of the day yesterday, or not yesterday, on Friday. I missed this one, but this is generally what's been going on this whole week. If we look at my trades, second, sorry, from the 10th here, pretty much everything was a VWAP play. Couple breakouts, but really all I've been looking for, that VWAP. We got, oh, I guess I'll switch it up. So we got GFI. This is one that spiked Friday morning. I guess you could look at it as a breakout as well, around the 140s. I wasn't. I was just seeing this as an open price play, pre-market high break, with VWAP right there. So my plan was VWAP play. I missed this one, but great plan. It's just following the trend of the week. Look out for that VWAP, consolidation around VWAP, making those higher lows, volume coming in. Then you just need to be patient. This one was rather beautiful. Let's see. Spikes right to resistance too, so keep an eye for resistance levels in areas where these tickers need to break out, because they could easily have some trouble. In this case, this one had a low float and insane volume and a lot of buying, so most of it was in its favor. Same with Sbev. We got this insane morning spike, keeps holding VWAP, takes off, and it just fails to break down. And then this one I was really annoyed about missing, because it followed the pattern to a T. I got, what do you call it here? So really with the VWAP play, I like when the intraday resistance is closer up than the long-term resistance, or I would prefer them be lined up really close, but if they're not really close, I like the intraday resistance to be closer, as we can see here, within 10-15%. And that's exactly what happened here. We had day high of right around the 330s, and then it was holding the 260s the whole time. So it was right below 15%, or right around that. So, or excuse me, right here, the price, 294. It was from VWAP, not from the low. But when VWAP here, in this case, when it comes back breaking, it's within 15% of the high. And we have resistance not until, like another 30% or so, right around the 4s. In this case, it was near the 3s. So this one lined up with data very well. I just failed to capture it. I went over that. I was not able to keep an eye on this. I had some other things to attend to in the moment. But I did see this perk, and I hated myself when I saw this thing take off. But it's all good. There's plenty of plays. Let's see, another one. BBIG, that was a nice one as well. Let's see here. Once again, kind of a choppy play. Getting this solid bounce, insane volume. former runner, so it's got some things for it. But we had some resistance right in the mid threes here, and I thought we could break that and head higher, and that's what happened. I was getting in over right at 330 into the higher lows, holding VWAP, even though the 310 would have been way better. But regardless, we have this solid uptrend, failure to break down. I was in the 330, got a nice spike here, didn't take it. I thought we would get more, which we did, but I didn't capture it. Then next morning, fails to break down right back to where I bought, and then I was selling at 382 right into the previous high at daybreak, even though this is some more VWAP holding, higher lows. It was just too choppy for me, or else this is amazing price action for indicating that a spike is coming. So we'll see what happens. This thing is still holding up, 10 cents within the high. So this thing could get up maybe 5 or 6 next week. We'll see what happens. It definitely has some shorts trapped. Gmvd. Here's another one. Just a perfect VWAP play. Long term. So yeah, I have not seen that many breakouts, even though there have been a few. I've been really playing the VWAP play once there was strength. So here we got this gradual play breaking over the 3-ish area. But then this day you get the spike, you get this thing sucking in shorts. This is exactly, it was out of my watch list. I was looking for this previous high daybreak over the 320s. Ends up holding VWAP, looking for it to test the high 3s, where there was some resistance here. But it's all good. There's so many plays lately, so it's not bad. Just gotta be picky. All you need is a couple within the week, and you're gonna be profitable. Sometimes over trading every single day, like I'm doing, kind of bites me in the ass, and just waiting for a few solid plays like this and really sizing up on them could definitely pay off. But here we are. We got the VWAP hold, and it just takes off. And then you get this choppy price action. So you get this initial spike here, shorts push it down, and it fails to break down. Shorts expectations get broken. It starts coming back. Buyers are propping it up a little bit. These short sellers here get nervous. Some of them start buying to cover their position to go flat, as well as other buyers like me were coming in to push this thing higher. Then we get a beautiful play, and then so you get the strong push. And then once you get that strong push, you finally face a little bit of resistance. And then once you get this, like I said before in a different video lesson, this choppiness, this back and forth volatility within this tight range with volume fading after it's done a strong move usually indicates that sellers are starting to take over and there aren't enough buyers in the marketplace to keep it going. So in this case, all we got was that secondary short squeeze, couldn't keep going. If this thing kept getting propped up with some more buyers, consolidating around VWAP, could have easily made another move. But we have this solid downtrend here. Volume fades, and then shorts just take over from there. Just usually what we just typically look for. Failure to break down, have that first spike, suck in shorts, and then you line up all your bullish indicators, and you should get another short squeeze. This play really reminds me actually of Reli, first trade of the week, I believe, or second trade of the week. Coming back, this is actually nice, but what I'm talking about, this guy right here. Actually go, so we got low float, low market cap, holding up, doing decent volume, but It's got a really nice uptrend here. But what I was looking for, this thing's one of the most, or if not one of the most heavily shorted stock in the market. Right near its highs. You're getting a solid uptrend. You're getting an increase in volume if we compare it to history. It hasn't seen this much volume consistently in forever. So I think this thing has more to go up, but here's my plan for it. Oh, sorry, missed it. So we get this solid spike. I got this last week. A solid breakout. Then we hit this fading, and on a heavily shorted stock that's been fading, regardless, you're going to get a bounce. After all this, shorts are going to start to cover their position. Buyers are going to start coming back in, supporting it. So what I was looking for, once I noticed that this thing was actually holding up, because, and what gave me that indication was the morning spike. The past 2 days, the momentum was just ass, and it was just fading. No morning spike, morning fade or panic, and that was just the momentum and trend of the day. Once we get a momentum shift and this thing fails to break down, in my eyes, I'm seeing not only the failure to break down, but I'm seeing that shorts could possibly really get squeezed if this thing holds up, as there are a lot of shorts within a low float play. So I was looking at this VWAP play here. It was just going sideways. I ended up getting in at 701. Just a fantastic play. Was very patient with it. VWAP play. You got the resistance up ahead. You got long-term resistance even further up in the mid-10s. Holding VWAP. I thought this was a great candidate, and it was just that. I was patient. I took it from 701 to like 801. And we got a quick little tap higher. And as you see here, it got a little choppy within this range. After a solid move up, then shorts took over. And this thing's still holding up and heading higher. So this thing, I can easily see in the 10s, if not maybe even the 20s next week, because this thing doesn't really have any long-term resistance. We're going to be at new highs once it gets past the mid-10s. So let's see what else. NTRB, I don't want to really go to this one. This one not great. Yeah. VWAP play, perfect. And that's really the key. You're seeing all these plays here in this video lesson. They all have a similar pattern. You get that morning spike, and that's very key. Or it doesn't even have to be in the morning. You just need that initial spike and the failure to break down, because then you get the shorts sucked in and their expectations are broken. On a low float play, doing good volume, that, I don't want to say almost always, you have a really good chance that that play ends up spiking because of a short squeeze, or shorts getting squeezed out, and you get these perfect pockets. I don't even know how to explain it. You get these little pockets of time where they just offer great plays. They just spike. They don't always last. That's why I take my quick gains. I'm not looking to stay around. As you can see here, shorts took over for sure. But in that moment in time, you get this little pocket of air. It just takes off. And that's all you need. You do that once or twice a week, maybe 3 or 4 times. One of those times is a loss. It adds up, and you're definitely making a living. Yeah, let me see what else. Now we're getting around 15 minutes here. I don't want to make this way too long. But this week, not too bad. Could be better. A little bit of over trading. Go over Dwac. Here we go. Choppy play. This thing, I traded a bunch this week. I could have traded better. This thing seemed more of a swing play. There was a couple opportunities within the day, but it was so choppy and exhausting. I stopped trading this yesterday. I had a little bit here, a little bit on this spike. What else? I got this uptrend, the bounce. So trading it too many times, not doing exactly what I want. It's kind of slow. But I think this thing could also be another candidate to potentially get another parabolic play. If we really look at this, it's held a good amount of its gains. 10 to 170. And then it comes back and holds 40. And now we're around the 70s and it's breaking over this key area. And I think once we get a confirmation of this area, which it looks like it's doing, but once we get another push higher, I think we can get a short squeeze triggered to the 100 area, maybe even more. But they got some good potential news in February of launching their app. We get this solid uptrend, some volume increase, something to just keep an eye on for now. I just wanted to go over it as I traded it a bunch this week, and probably would have been better off just ignoring it and focusing on something else. But yeah, so overall, not bad of a week. Overtraded a bit. Money wise, didn't meet my goals, but can't complain about over $1,000 on the week. It will add up. Let's see here. Yeah, so takeaways from this week. Focus on that VWAP play. If that's still going to continue to be a thing next week, this hot as it's been this week, really focus on the VWAP play after you get that first spike and see if it fails to break down. You get it lined up with a low float, high volume play. Ideally some good news with it. You can find yourself catching a short squeeze. Besides that, I think my lessons on the week: don't be greedy, be picky. I overtraded a bit. Shouldn't have. Some of these trades should have never even taken. Should be replaced with a couple other wins that I missed out because I was looking at some of these plays. So yeah, we're getting a little bit more action, I feel, this at the end of this week here. So just take it day by day. All you need is 2-3 plays a week to really make some good money. And yeah, just gotta take it one day at a time. I think that's gonna be it for this week because I was getting a little carried away, got a little greedy, wanted to make more than last week. So I overtraded and I focused on some stupid trades, and which caused me to be scared or not focus on other trades. Totally gonna regret Sbev every time I look at this chart. I think that's that. We're gonna be getting on to 20 minutes here, and I think that's enough. It's been too long. I'll make another video lesson tomorrow. Actually making my watch list, so I'll go through my watch list or all the tickers for the week that I have planned to look at and go through it one by one and make my plans, see my thinking on it. So yeah, just rest up. We got a free day tomorrow, MLK Day. So just study, look at the history, look at other traders' trades. Yeah, but market seems to be bouncing back a bit. Just take it one day at a time. Don't be greedy. Take your quick snipes. If you're uncomfortable with it, like some of these plays are really choppy, I didn't even have to trade them. If you're uncomfortable, don't waste your time and energy. Move on. Don't trade. Look at something else. It's going to be okay. So yeah, that's this week. Hopefully next week is better. I kind of find myself right now rambling, not much to say, so I'm just gonna wrap this up. I'll make that another video lesson. I was gonna say follow our Twitter. We type out a bunch during market hours, between a bunch potential plays, anything it just caught our attention. Any lessons, sometimes funny memes. So give that a shot. And yeah.